Today, I want to take you on a little journey of imagination. What would your older self go back and tell your younger self about finances? Let's help some people today with some financial lessons that would actually benefit our lives. Y'all want to talk about it? Well, go ahead, tap in, let's get into it. Many of us wish and hope we knew the financial lessons that we know today way back when we were younger. The beautiful thing about knowing those financial lessons right now is that it can have a threefold purpose. Number one, you can teach the younger generation so that they can have a better life than you did. Number two, you can help individuals of any age begin to implement the things that you now know, and you can rest assured and be encouraged in the fact that it is never too late to start learning and getting better day by day. So, with that being said, let me share with you a financial lesson that I will go back and tell my younger self. The first finance lesson that I will go back and tell my younger self is become a finance student. Think long term and not just short term. Listen, I know as a young individual, we have the idea that we can just make up for things later on down the line and that we have our whole lives ahead of us. And that's absolutely true. But if you only think about the short term and not the long term, your long term future could be in jeopardy or it could be affected because you only thought short term. And so, by going back and understanding the importance of thinking long term and becoming a finance student, it will help your future self be in a lot better position than you are right now. Being a finance student also entails you learning all your life. See, I didn't realize the subpar knowledge that I had concerning finances. And I also didn't understand that understanding finances was going to be a lifelong journey because finances adapt and change as the market, as things change in the economy. You need to be a lifelong learner so that you can know how to adapt when those changes occur. And so you can't just sit on your laurels where your finances are concerned, because when things change and you don't make a pivot, you can ultimately be affected. And so I would go back and tell my younger self to not just think short term, but think long term, because if you think about it long term, then you can always have a hope. But if you're only thinking about things in the short term and only thinking about things today, then it can ultimately affect your long term outcomes. And what do I mean by that? If you do things based on today and what you're working on today, if you get in debt today, it can affect how you pay it off in the latter part of your years. And so you want to make sure that you're well aware that the decisions that you're making will affect your long term. So you need to understand that outlook rather than just trying to enjoy today at the expense of tomorrow. Does that make sense? And so going back and telling my younger self, I would have a lot more long term thinking and I would have less short term thinking so that my future self would benefit. And understanding more about finances is going to be absolutely critical. I want you to invest in your financial education. What does that mean? Learn about stocks, learn about investing, learn about money cycles, learn about the economy, learn how money flows. Because when you invest in that understanding and that knowledge, it equips you for a better life down the line. But if you fail yourself or if you don't invest in that financial knowledge, you will be stuck in the same rigmarole or in the same uh, stagnant life that you don't want to be in. So I will go back and tell my younger self, learn finances at an early age and think long term and not just short term. How many of you have succumbed to short term thinking rather than long term thinking? Do you see the effects of just thinking short term and not thinking long term? Let's start talking about it down in the comment section. And what do you think about becoming a finance student? Do you think we should all be learning finances consistently? I think so. Do you agree? Let's start that conversation down below in the comment section. And while you're down there discussing everything, why don't you do me a quick favor? why don't you go ahead and hit that like button? Go ahead and start sharing. Go ahead and subscribe or follow. And if you don't mind, go ahead and hit that notification bell so that you can be alerted every single time we drop a new video. We appreciate it in advance. Now, let me give you one more financial lesson that I will go back and tell my younger self. The next lesson that I would tell my younger self is learn more about taxes and tax benefits. Listen, when I was growing up, all I ever knew was about getting a refund at tax time. And as I got older, I began to understand that wealthy people either paid taxes or didn't pay taxes at all. And so let you know the difference in understanding getting a refund and paying taxes. When you get a refund, they are basically paying you back money that was yours anyway. However, when you pay your taxes, you're paying exactly what you owed. Now, when I began to understand that money is better served in my hands rather than other people's hands, I needed to learn and understand how I can start paying taxes or not paying or paying less in taxes rather than getting a refund. Because as you learn finances and you understand how to invest it, again, money is better served in your hands because you can make more money and pay just what is due. Does that make sense? But if all you're doing is just getting money back that was already yours to begin with, that you should have been keeping in the first place, you could have been making more money throughout the year rather than just getting it back once tax time comes. And so, if you don't learn taxes and understand tax benefits, that money that you get back as a refund, you could have made more money on that than just getting that money back. I hope that makes sense. And so when I began to make more money and understand the benefit of taxes and understand deductions and things like that, it began to change my whole financial outlook because again, all I knew about was getting tax refunds, and at the time, all I knew about was just standard deductions. I didn't know about owning businesses. I didn't know about any other things that I can take as deductions to lower my tax bill that was legal. And so when you get involved in understanding all of that, you will begin to see again that money is better served in your hands and you can take deductions to where as you take those deductions, you can put that money aside and let that money grow so that as that money grows, you pay less in taxes and your tax bill is a little bit less. Now, I am not a tax professional. I want to state that real quickly. I'm not a tax professional. So for specifics on all of this and for your specific situation, you want to seek a tax professional, which I have. But I'm just simply pointing out that there are benefits to understanding taxes and there are benefits when you utilize taxes properly. And I really want to just emphasize that the money is better suited in your hands rather than you getting a refund. See, a lot of times what ends up happening is we want to put my or our financial increase off on someone else rather than taking the responsibility for ourselves. See, we would rather just have the government give me my money back rather than me saying, hey, I'm going to keep this money, make money on it, and then pay the government what is due. See, that's taking accountability and responsibility for your own finances rather than just getting a refund back. And I know that may be cool for some, but when you begin to grow and mature and understand finances, it's a whole lot better for you to do it the other way. Again, because you can make more money throughout the year on that money and then pay the government what is due. All right. And so, for more information on that, I want us to get down in the comment section and let's talk about it because I think that's a conversation that needs to be had concerning taxes and tax benefits that a lot of times in the community we don't always talk about. And it needs to be discussed so that we can start taking advantage of it. All right. So, a financial lesson that I will go back and tell my younger self is learn taxes and tax benefits. Sheesh. There was a lot of information and lessons that were shared today. And the lessons that I shared today have absolutely impacted my life in ways that I never thought it would and helped me live a life that I never thought I could live. And I want that exact same thing for you. That's why I make the videos that I make and give you the opportunities that I give because I want you to live a life of your wildest dreams. All right. So, what do you think about the lessons that were shared today? Let's start that conversation down in the comment section. I want us to start living better financially, and it's going to start with us starting the conversation down in the comment section. And if you would like to get personalized coaching to help you walk through some of the things that we talked about today and some of the things that I haven't even shared publicly on these platforms. If you would like personalized coaching so that you can start making more money sooner rather than later, I like for you to check the links in the comments and check the links in the description for my coaching call, how to make $10,000 a month at a minimum. All right. Let's get in those coaching calls so that you can start living a better life. All right. I appreciate you guys so much for checking out this video today. I appreciate you guys engaging with the video and getting down in the comment section and starting those conversations. And I will see y'all in the next video.
Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content. Peace.